Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon Season 3 on episode 8. So, this episode right here was really intense, and we get to see that demonic being in action. And mother, son of a bee, dude. As much as I can say, wow. If anything else, I'm pretty sure you guys might be saying, okay, what the hell are you talking about? I'll get to that in just a moment, okay? We have to it that Dix is apparently walking through a hallway cursing that he'll kill the monsters and that kid, but he ends up seeing a black shape looking like monster, very big and tall, and later on gets killed by him. And of course that thing gets revealed later of what it is, and it was a little obvious from the beginning, and it looks like a minotaur when it was showing itself. As for Belle, he decides to tell everyone, this is my prey, I'll handle it. This is my prey, I'll handle it. Okay? And he ends up seeing Wine escaping. He ends up chasing after it. And we have to it that the other familiar members of the Loki familia decide to try to take the monsters in alive, as best as they can. But they end up being interrupted by Felse's adamantine monster magic. But whatever the case may be, we have to it that Hermes ends up managing to save Fels in the nick of time and replaces what's his name again? I don't know. All I know is he's that stinking god of mischief whatsoever. But whatever the case may be, we have to it that the next part of the big episode was very, very huge. I think this was at least 20% of it is where that black minotaur, and his name is Asterius, as Lid says, After Lid sees Asterius in action, dude, he was able to hold his own against Bet, Tione, and Tiona in action. Even I think Tiona or Tione ends up trying to punch him down, but apparently that doesn't work. And we have to that he uses a lightning weapon that's able to paralyze them, And we have to it that one of the Loki Familia captain ends up telling Ice to go take care of it right now, since we're not going to take this guy alive. And we have to it that Ice sliced off his arm in a moment of surprise, but later on we end up seeing this monster, Asterios, holding his own against Ice and able to land a nasty scar on her arm, And later on, after Ice was taking the time to rest, her arm was shaking. Just shows how strong he really is. I mean, if Ice did not get him by the surprise attack, I think it would have been a way worse damage, because someone commented that this guy is a true monster. Because, yeah, that aside, we have to it that two members of the Loki Familia, including two members of the Loki Familia, the captain and the guy that's short whatsoever, ends up showing up, and they're about to take him out. But apparently they end up managing to escape thanks to one of Hermes' allies or Hermes' family members to do smoke grenades, As for Belle, he tries to chase Wine to the best of his ability, and apparently Wine gets led into a certain trap and gets hit by a bunch of lightning spells and gets stabbed in the back by a certain spear by one of Dix's former subordinates, who apparently gets killed by Gross himself in anger. And we have to it that Belle puts that thing back on Wine's head, and she finally gains control of her sanity and tells Belle about a dream she had where no one saved her, but he alone saved her instead, and tells him that she loves him, and she ends up dissipating in death. And this upsets Belle, and he cries in total tears right now. But we have to it that we get to see that Fels activates a certain magic to revive Wine, and uses Dia Orpheus after making a chanting spell, and it's something that transcends human knowledge and revives Wine, and Belle can only cry in happiness seeing how she's okay, And it took 800 years for Fels to actually fulfill this spell. Fels is 800 years. What the hell, man? That took so freaking long. And we have to it that there's a post-credit scene where Belle talks to Fels, and Fels says, "You got a good heart. You may act like a fool, so stay like it, because there's something in this world that you managed to save the Xenos, and everything you did through your own actions, you actually did it through a good cause. So I don't care what people say, or what you should care what people say about you. So continue being a fool of what you are, And we have to it that Belle ends up seeing Aina-san or something, and she says, "Hey, are you responsible for this mess because of your actions, etc.?" And Belle explains that he is, and he gets a slap to the face by Aina-san, and she ends up saying, "I can't believe you, man. I can't believe you freaking did this, etc." And then ends up hugging him and crying because of what he did and knowing what's gonna happen to him, you know. And preview of next episode will later on be shown, and it's called Stigma Downfall whatsoever. So I don't know what's really bound to happen next for everyone else, but one thing was sure, that monster that Lid mentioned, Asterius, oh my gosh, man. I mean, that name looks kind of familiar to like a certain mythology, if I remember correctly. Call me crazy, but damn, man. To think that kind of monster is able to hold his own against the Loki familia, at least most of them, like Tione, Belle, and then managed to actually injure Ice and gets her arm shaking, you know, just proves that he's not some simple low-level monster. And along with that, he seems like he's very smart as well, etc., you know? So, yeah. Anyways, that was pretty crazy. I think this is one of the second best episodes, I think, of what I've seen so far. I mean, of season 3. I mean, as an entirety of Danmachi as a whole, I think, it's something else. I think something else otherwise, but like I said, pretty crazy episode, very nice. Looking forward to the last few. I mean, we're almost towards the end, you know, and I'm pretty sure this is all gonna end in December, so yeah. Anyways, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as I did. Stay safe right now. We are under curfew or lockdown for temporary for the time being, but do your best whatever you can, alright? So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot!